Hey guys, Besa Gordon here. Happy Friday. Of course, it is time for another episode of Rewind with Besa. And check this out. This week we have another episode of Besa Goes To Vegas. This one features the homie Mooky. Okay, he actually is from Cali. Ended up growing up in Portland and now he lives in Vegas. So of course we have to talk all about his new project. We have to talk about why he ended up moving to Portland and a few other things. So definitely stay tuned for that episode. It's about 10 minutes and of course it'll be right after our completed rewind of what's recently been going on. And speaking of what's going on, we gotta talk about these events, okay? Tonight there is actually going to be an Afrobeats party at Red Lounge. Actually, every single Friday night there is an Afrobeats party at Red Lounge, okay? The homie DJ named Ron puts those on and they are a vibe. I've actually shown you guys some video clips before from when I did go to Red Lounge, and if you guys don't remember, it was definitely a vibe. Ladies are free all night. Don't say I did not warn you, because I'm not 100% sure if I'm going, but I'm actually thinking about pulling up. I'm working on an event that's going to be out in the next couple weeks. I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is because I'm waiting for the flyer. Once the flyer is out, I will post it on my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, so make sure you're following me at Besa Gordon so that way you know what the event is. But just know it is coming, and some of you actually probably do know what it is because you've been asking for me to do it for a while, so stay tuned for that. Now, of course, we have to talk about blue, and yes, my hair is blue. I don't know why, I just felt like doing blue hair today. Anywho, I ended up going to see Blue on Tuesday, and it was actually really, really good. I'm not gonna front, I don't know a lot of people that have actually passed away due to gun violence, so when it comes to things like this, it doesn't necessarily affect me as much. The most gun violence that I've experienced in my life is when I'm watching the news. So going to a play like this, it's not something that is very emotionally triggering for someone like myself, but it definitely was a play that kept my attention, and I really enjoyed it. I will say, and I'm not gonna give it away, but the ending, and it's like the last 5 to 10 minutes of the play, that part almost took me out. That part almost took me out. However, me and my lashes, we were still intact and we was a-okay. So look, if you haven't seen Blue, it is still going to be showing at McCall Hall. It'll be showing tonight and tomorrow. So don't sit here and wait till the last minute. This is literally an all-black opera. And for me, I've never been to an opera. So for my first opera to be an all-black opera was just absolutely epic. And other things that's going on, the homie Papa Black is actually bringing Sada Baby to town on April 9th. Alvin Alley American Dance Theater, I think I said that correctly. That's going to be in town March 26th and 27th at the Paramount Theater. Oh, and I almost forgot about the candle bar event that I've been telling you guys about. So look, this is happening on April 16th. It'll be downtown at South Lake Union. It'll be downtown in South Lake Union. This is going to be a really dope event, you guys. I'm super excited about it because this particular event is kind of like a paint and sip, but you're actually making candles. And if you have not heard of Black Sunflower, I'm gonna need you to get your life together, okay? Her candles are amazing. She actually has some new wick candles that are going to be coming out, and when I say wick, I mean it has like the little wooden wick rather than like the, I don't know, like the rope that's usually in the candle. I don't know, I don't make candles, y'all. But she has these new wooden ones, and I have one of her prototypes, and it smells so freaking good, okay? So if you guys like candles, you definitely want to, 1, come to this candle bar, 2, 1, buy some candles, 2, check out the vendors, and 3, learn how to make candles, because if you've ever been to a paint and sip, this is basically the same thing, but it's a candle sip while you vibe out, because the homie Yachty is going to be mixing the music, and I will be your host for the night. In terms of what I recently did, I filmed episode 1 of the Breaking Bread cooking show with Trey Lamont. That was actually really dope. Mikey was there, Omari was there, the True Fonts were there, Kel was there. I had a really good time, and the food was absolutely amazing. This is gonna be a really dope show because it's not just really about cooking. It's more so about cooking and getting the history of the food and literally doing what a lot of Black people do. So many of us bond over food. Like, some people bond over smoking a little THC, but a lot of people actually bond over a good meal together. So definitely stay tuned for when this show drops. Otherwise, like I said, I ended up going to Gold Bar to check out the venue for my event that's coming up that I'm doing with DJ Lady Coco. And then on Friday, I actually ended up going to Q Nightclub, and I told you guys that I was going to go to Q Nightclub, and it was an absolute vibe. Literally afterwards, as usual, I'm getting these DMs of people being like, oh my god, where was this at? What was this? Da, 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 da. Child, if you guys actually pay attention to these shows, when I tell you where to go and you actually pull up, you will be able to live your best damn life too. It's honestly really funny. People think that I'm I'm always out, when really I probably left the house like twice this week. All right, you guys, that's all that I have for this week's events, okay? Make sure you stay tuned for the full Rewind with Besa, where of course we go into my interview with the homie Mooky for episode 2 of Besa Goes To Vegas.
Hey there, it's Trey Holiday. And of course, Besa and I had to take a trip back to Market Street Shoes to grab some items. They always know what to show us. And let me tell you, we both spent quality time to be sure we collected some amazing additions to our wardrobes. They have some of the most unique bags, shoes, and accessories. I mean, the whole shebang. It's always a good time when I get to shop with my girl Besa. Make sure you go check out Market Street Shoes, y'all, and you too can walk out with some dope gear.
First and foremost, welcome back to Rewind with Besa. And second of all, I had to put my dress up a little bit because I felt like I was looking a little naked in the last section and I wasn't really feeling that. So we had to make sure that y'all knew your girl had some clothes on. Anyways, you guys, look, it's time for the rewind. Let's start out with this substitute teacher, okay? I don't know if you guys heard about this, but apparently, not even apparently, I saw the damn video with my own eyes. There was a substitute teacher, I don't know how to say the district name, but we digress. And basically, he got into it with some middle schoolers, okay? They started throwing cheers at him. He started throwing cheers back. Check out this clip.
Fox 4's Stephen Dial is live in DeSoto tonight with more on what he's learned. Stephen.
Steve, there are a lot of unanswered questions about the fallout from this apparent altercation between a substitute teacher and student is resulting in the district canceling classes tomorrow. A video posted and spread online shows what appeared to be a fight that happened Wednesday in a DeSoto West middle school classroom. Fox 4 has not independently verified the source of the video and is not showing it, but it shows a student throwing a chair at a substitute teacher and that teacher throwing chairs back. The teacher's face was also bloody.
That's crazy. The kids these days, this is getting out of hand.
The district released a statement confirming an assault in the classroom. It said that it does not condone the behavior in the video and that all parties would be held accountable.
What I find very interesting is, first and foremost, they are not actually saying what is going to happen with these students. That's number one. Two, they're not saying what caused this situation to happen. Three, apparently as a result of the altercation, they decided to go on spring break early, and they're saying that they're working to reset culture and behavior on campuses and to refocus their system on effective instruction, learning, and student academic and social development. Basically saying, we ain't got time for this drama, we're just gonna suspend them and go on about our day. However, again, they haven't actually disclosed what they're going to do with the students, and I just think it's really unfortunate that someone like this man goes to work. First and foremost, teachers don't really make that much goddamn money anyways, okay? We're literally putting these teachers in classroom with kids that can be dealing with Lord knows what kind of trauma on a day-to-day basis when they're at home, and we have the nerve to pay them pennies. Like, it's absolutely crazy to me. And then not only are we paying them pennies, these students are mad disrespectful. I really want to know what made them throw that chair at that man, okay? This is an older man, definitely gives uncle vibes. I really would love to know the backstory on this, and I also would love to see an update on it very, very soon. I feel like a lot of situations like this go viral and then we don't necessarily get the update. So hopefully we can get an update on this. One, how the substitute teacher is doing. Two, if he's going to continue being a substitute teacher. And three, how he's feeling, because I don't know if you saw in that video, but he literally had blood coming from the top of his head. So not only did they throw chairs at him, at least one of those chairs connected with this man. And the situation honestly could have been way worse. Of course, the paramedics had to come. As far as I know, he's okay, but I definitely want to know what's going to happen with these students. Like, are they going to have to go to alternative school? Are they going to come back to this school? Like, what's the tea? I will definitely keep you guys posted on what I find. Apparently, Russell Wilson was traded to the Denver Broncos, and let me tell you something, you guys, I do not care, okay? I feel that the Seahawks have been crap for a long time, okay? This particular last season, I really did not watch any of the football games because they were just awful. Every single time I would get a new score, we were always losing. One of them, we lost horribly, okay? Horribly. And I was embarrassed and I didn't even play the game. I'm like, how am I embarrassed about a game that I had nothing to do with? I was at home and didn't even watch the game, and I was still embarrassed for them. So, you know, for them to trade Russell Wilson, I don't really care, because as far as I particularly know, I'm not really that big into sports, but I do know that we got like one championship ring from Russell Wilson. We went to like the Super Bowl maybe 2 or 3 times. All I'm saying is that being that we are still keeping Pete Carroll and his old behind, they better make sure that they allot that money properly. All that money that you're saving by not keeping Russell Wilson, please do not buy someone else or bring somebody else here and give them that same damn money. Like, make sure that you're spreading the freaking money out, because obviously it's no tea, no shade to anybody that was on this particular team, but it just wasn't the business this last year. Like, I've never had a year where I truly just did not care to watch any of the football games. And I live downtown, so I easily could have just walked my little cell phone over to, you know, a bar or something and watch the game, and I just didn't care to do so. Because I was like, why am I gonna go spend money to watch us lose? That's stupid. So I don't know if you guys heard, but WNBA star Brittney Griner, I want to say her last name is, this girl goes to Russia for whatever freaking reason. Still don't necessarily know why she was in Russia. Apparently she didn't even have like any games going on over there, so it's like, in the midst of all this beef with Russia, you want to go there now? And not only that, you have the audacity to have THC cartridges in your bag. Check out this news clip.
Maine state-run news channel is now showing this photo of WNBA star Brittney Griner. You see she's holding a sign there. It has her name on it. The photo was taken at a Russian police station after Griner was arrested and detained in Russia on drug charges sometime last month. A reminder that the details here are slim. It is no doubt a painful image for her family to see. There are fears the Kremlin will use her for political purposes.
Now, what's super unfortunate and kind of scary about this situation, according to Yahoo, her current whereabouts are still unknown. The Russian Foreign Ministry has not issued any information regarding her arrest, despite numerous requests to do so. Apparently, the U.S. House Armed Services Committee acknowledged that it's going to be very difficult to get Griner out of Russia, given the current situation. Then, child, you have a Democratic rep by the name of John, I don't know how to say his last name, but he said our diplomatic relationship with Russia are non-existent at the moment, which is very true. He says perhaps during the various negotiations that may take place, she might be able to be one of the solutions. I don't know. And then he also said Russia is very strict, has very strict LGBTQ rules and laws. Now, of course, it's still very unclear on if that is going to be something that will keep her in prison, but right now she's facing at least 10 years, okay? And for me, when the government starts keeping it a buck, you know there's a problem, okay? When the government is like, yeah, we know she's over there, we heard about that. First and foremost, we don't know where she's at. Second of all, we don't know how long she's been locked up. The actual date of her being arrested has not been released to the public yet. And as you guys know, Russia has actually, or maybe you don't know, child, I don't know, Russia has actually been cut off from like the rest of the world internet wise, right? Like they can't get on Twitter, they can't get on Facebook, they can't get on, I don't know if they can get on YouTube, and if they can, I think that there's only like certain parts of YouTube. I think that they've been cut off from TikTok also. Basically, they're making it to where they can't know what is really happening over in, where are they at, Ukraine? And they're making it to where they don't see it as a war. Like, it's a whole blinding kind of situation going on over there in that damn country. But even so, Brittney Griner, like, girl, what were you doing over there? And then her wife is like, oh, we're asking for privacy. But I'm like, damn, has the wife even talked to her yet? Being that we don't know when she was arrested, where she's at, I'm really wondering if her wife has even spoken to her yet. Like, that is crazy. So look, I'm gonna keep you guys updated on this whole Brittney Griner situation. The only thing that we have right there is that mugshot. We don't know where she's at, how she's doing. We really don't know anything. So I'm gonna keep you guys posted. Hopefully nobody else decides to take their butt over to Russia in the middle of a damn war. With that being said, we are gonna go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, child, Jussie Smollett is back in the news.
What's up, everybody? This is Eric Calligraphy, the co-founder, co-creator, and creative director of the beloved King County campaign. Welcome to 206 Liminal Studios for the Roses and Collage Interactive Art Activation. There's 1,500 roses here, a rose for every shot fired last year. We have hung these roses up in remembrance of some of the people we lost, and some of the people that have been injured, and all the people that were in danger of a shot fired. Roses are beautiful, man. Roses are an act of kindness, an act of love, and you can give a rose to somebody at any time, it'll make them smile. Now, can you imagine that if every shot fired was an actual positive interaction between 2 people, 3 people, 4 people? Instead of ducking a gunshot, you were getting a rose to say that you're amazing. And that's what this activation is about. The Beloved campaign is an anti-gun violence campaign where we are shifting the narrative of how we deal with gun violence. We usually talk about gun violence as a criminal action or a charge, but we are looking at it more as a disease, as a sickness that we can get better from if we use the proper medication.
Welcome back. Of course, you're still watching Rewind with Besa, and yesterday I was minding my own damn business, which is pretty non-existent, but you know what I mean. And I was calling one of my friends, and I get this notification from TMZ that said Jussie Smollett sentenced to 150 days in jail for the hoax hate crime case. Basically, what's happening is Jussie Smollett was sentenced to 150 days in jail for his little elaborate story about what went down in Chicago, which to me still never made any sense. If you guys actually watched the video, Jussie Smollett and the Osundario brothers were walking towards each other. In case you also don't know, the Osundario brothers are not just 2 random brothers that allegedly attacked him. They all work together at Empire. So you just also happen to run into 2 people that you work with at 2 in the morning in the middle of a snowstorm. Doesn't make any sense. Check out this clip. Let me just warn you now. Let me warn you now. The judge got on his head. And honestly, I'm not mad at it.
The damage you've done to yourself is way beyond anything else that can happen to you from me or any other judge that would be sentencing you in this criminal case. You are now a permanently convicted felon. Your family who loves you and supports you, I only want to use the word forgive because forgiveness isn't even necessary. They're with you so much, they're so tight-knit, but you have to live with the fact that you really put them through a ringer. You've embarrassed your valuable friends in high places, the elected public officials, people in the media. You've embarrassed them. You have to live with that. I don't know if those relationships can be repaired. You've become toxic in your own workplace. Your career future is uncertain at very best. It was really on a rocket ship to success, and now you've turned yourself into riches to rags, and it's so unfortunate. Your very name has become an adverb for lying, and I cannot imagine what could be worse than that. I'm trying to consider who you are as a person, how you got here, how somehow you strayed away from your family values. You let that dark, narcissistic, selfish, and arrogant side come out, and you persisted with it for years on this case. I'm fashioning the following sentence, and here's your sentence. I'm sentencing you to 30 months felony probation, and the probation is going to be to this court. You're going to be allowed to travel wherever you want. You do not have to live in the state of Illinois. You can report by phone. I know that if you're going to try to make a living and do some of the things you do, you may have to go to other places, New York and Los Angeles. You can do those things. You will pay restitution to the city of Chicago in the amount of $120,106. You are fined $25,000, which is the maximum fine. And you will spend the first 150 days of your sentence in the Cook County Jail. And that will start today, right here, right now.
No, I would just like to say to Your Honor that I am not suicidal. That's what I would like to say.
Okay.
I am not suicidal.
Okay.
I am not suicidal. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that. I respect you, Your Honor. I respect your decision. Jail time, I am not suicidal.
Okay. Mr. Uche, let me inquire, are there any post-sentencing motions you care to present? Court is adjourned.
I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal, and I am innocent.
I could have said that I was guilty a long time ago.
Now, Jussie definitely did a lot at the end of that. He definitely did a lot at the end of that situation. But all in all, look, I had a feeling that he was going to get some jail time. I definitely didn't think that he was going to 100% get away with this scotch-free, okay? And he definitely needs to learn his lesson. I know some people are saying, well, what if he's telling the truth? True, but I don't feel that he is because it doesn't make any damn sense. It doesn't line up. Like, how were you guys just happening to walk towards each other at that moment? Clearly something was planned. And then lastly, of course, we have the Black Panther director, Ryan Coogler, who was wrongly targeted as a bank robbery. I'm going to keep this really quick because my battery is dying. But basically, in a nutshell, he went to a Bank of America over in Atlanta because he's actually in Atlanta filming Black Panther. And he brought in a little note, and the note pretty much said he wants to take out $12,000. Check out this clip.
It's Ryan Coogler, director of the award-winning movie Black Panther, was detained by Atlanta police after he was mistaken for a bank robber. This happened in January, but police body cam video was just released. Coogler was attempting to withdraw $12,000 from his account. He wrote a note to the teller in an attempt to keep the transaction discreet. However, the teller misinterpreted the situation, thought it was a robbery, and called police. Eventually, officers confirmed his identity and released him. Bank of America said in a statement it deeply regrets the incident and has apologized to Mr. Coogler.
Now, I will definitely note that he did look a little suspect with the sunglasses, the beanie, and the mask on, especially being that in Atlanta, a lot of people are not wearing their masks right about now. However, the note was pretty self-explanatory. I want you guys to check out this 911 call that the bank teller did.
They had a debit card and he inserted it. He gave me a California ID, but I was like, okay, how do you want the cash back? And he's like, just look at the note.
Now, if you notice, she said that she didn't check the ID, and he had the debit card and he had the ID. So when she called the manager over, I'm not understanding why, one, the manager did not check that, and two, apparently when you work at Bank of America, if somebody tries to come in and take out at least $9,000, your manager has to come and approve it anyways because it will trigger something off. So as far as I'm concerned, while everybody's getting mad at the bank teller, who was apparently a pregnant black woman, you really need to be mad at the manager because the manager had to come over there anyway. So the simple fact that the manager did not check the ID is absolutely problematic, and it made it to where all this crap happened that absolutely should not have happened. Look, we're gonna go to another quick commercial break, and when we come back, it is time for Besa Goes to Vegas. Alright, you guys, welcome back. Of course, you're still watching Rewind with Besa. This week on Besa Goes to Vegas, I interview the homie Mooky. Of course, we talk about his move to Vegas, his new album that he's dropping, and him working with Empire, alright? Hopefully you enjoy this episode as much as I did making it.
Damn, Echo, you're savage.
Big Mac, baby, eating that roof, Chris. Short temper, so you know I'm kinda ruthless. Bad pass, roll one, time to elevate. Yeah, part-time smoker when I medicate. Big step, a couple hoes up in the Dino. Fly 'em out to Vegas, couple just in the casino. Mean rep, I had to earn it, others buy it, money burning. I work harder, I deserve it. You a groupie, you a bird. I'm a
Hey guys, Besa Gordon here. We are still in Vegas. You guys know I'm hooking up with all my friends down here, and right now I got the homie Mooky in the building. Well, we're outside, so it's not really in the building, but you know what I mean.
Straight up.
It's close. We're in a building on the
rooftop. Man, we are in beautiful Las Vegas right now. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite sceneries to come up over here, you know, and just smoke and do my thing. You know what I mean?
And that's basically what we're doing today. We're like going to a couple Mooky's like favorite spots. As you guys know, we interviewed him a few months ago on Converge Media, a little bit before his music video Respect dropped, and he did actually feature Converge in the video.
Yeah.
Gotta say thank you for that. That was clutch.
Of course.
That was clutch.
Yeah.
Since then, what have you been up to?
I've been working on my new project. Actually, it's getting ready to release, set to release end of this month on the 25th.
Okay. What's it called?
It's called Always.
So ask me this, or shall I ask you this? What vibes are we getting from Mooky on this freaking album? Like, I don't know what is with you artists, but you guys kind of like switch up your vibes every other album or so. So like, how is the energy different, or is it the same?
It's most definitely not the same. So I got a little bit of everything on there. You know, I got something for the girls, you know, for the homegirls, you know. I got a lot of gangster music on there, you know. Like I said, it's called Always because I was going through a downward spiral moment in my life, you know, like right before the summer or something like that. I was out here on the verge of just giving this up.
Why?
Know? Just overwhelming, you know, when you're independent, you know, you're doing all this by yourself, man, you know, it just like, it takes a toll on you. You know what I mean? And you know how consistent I've been too. You know, I've been dropping back to back, but man, I just snap out of it. I can't let everybody down.
Period.
You know,
But then
like,
you're letting your fans down. They're like, where'd he go?
right, yeah, that too. That too. I'm letting my kids
we
down.
do that. Like, you know,
right.
like, where'd you go?
Right, I'm letting my kids down. You know, like they my biggest fans. You feel me? You know, everybody that's helped support me. You know, and put into like certain projects or whatever. It wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so I just got to keep on going. I think every artist kind of goes through that stage though. It's a natural thing.
So what got you out of that stage to like continue doing your music?
Man, actually MTV and BET hit me up.
Okay.
On the last release, it's called Swag Ain't Dead. Matter of fact, you guys
That one
covered
was
that
a
too.
Shmoody. I posted it.
Yeah, you guys.
That.
You did. I saw
Let me
that.
have it your back. Don't play with me.
I saw that. So that was kind of like my little wake up call right there.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it ain't over yet, and I'm still young, bruh. So got to keep this pushing. Got to keep this going.
Okay, so what's next? Like, who is gonna be on this album that we can know about?
I got Raven Justice, one of Oakland's finest. It's like dog doing it, man. Dog doing it right now. I got Raven Justice. I got my boy Echo the Savage. He's
super dope.
Yeah. That's one of the ones that I'm trying to help mold. And push right now. I don't really got too many features on there. I'm giving you guys more of me on this time here because a lot of my projects that I put out in the past, I felt like I had too many features on. You guys didn't really get all of me on that. You know what I mean? So y'all gonna get all of me on this one.
Do you feel like sometimes artists will do quote unquote too many features just to like kind of hide their rap level? It's like,
of course.
I'm gonna toss him on here, I'm gonna toss her on here.
Yeah.
Do my quick little verse, but the song is still a vibe because X, Y, Z, and ABC was on the freaking show.
Because they gotta save the album. They gotta save the album. That's why, for album sales and whatnot. I don't knock it. That's cool. To each his own. But I'm actually a real artist. And I'm not saying that they not, but like I take pride in my artistry, and like when it's all said and done, I want to go down as one of the greats,
of course.
And being original also as well on top of that.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So last time I talked to you, you were in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
You were still living in Portland. Now you're in Vegas.
Yeah.
How'd you get to Vegas? How'd you get there? Like, what happened? Because I remember hitting you up and was like, oh, I'm coming to Portland. You're like, I'm in Vegas now. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I know. I move in silence, don't I?
Why? What happened?
The thing is, I just love the sun. I was actually going to move back to California. Yeah, I was going to move back to Cali, but, it's cheaper to live up here. It's dead smack in the middle of everything. Everything's driving distance. And the city never sleeps. And I never sleep. I'm constantly working all the time. It's where I belong.
Do you feel like music industry is completely different out here from Portland or just PW and like in general?
Of course.
Like, what do you think is so different?
Well, the vibe and the energies, of course, is different. The sounds of the beats and whatnot. Like this takes more of like a LA scenery vibe, a Southern California vibe, even though we're not even that far away.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of like the same. You know what I mean? And that is my vibe. That's my roots. At the end of the day. So I kind of feel like I just fit straight in here.
I love it. So tell me this: if someone comes to Vegas, give me like 2 or 3 spots they should pull up to.
Pull up to? All right, man. Pull up to the stage door. We was just there, but we couldn't bring the cameras in. But
we won't talk about that.
It's a cool little Raider spot. It's a cool little Raider spot.
Give you a good shot.
Yeah, but it's all love, man. Because at the end of the day, man, like Vegas welcomes everybody. You know what I mean? And those is most definitely one of those spots you want to go to. Second, Planet Hollywood. I love that spot too, man. You know what I mean? I got plenty of trouble in there back in the days, man. But, it's more of a younger crowd, man. It's always popping. It's lit. You know what I mean? You always want to go in there. What else, man? This is where I come to,
Where
just
you
to
eat?
Where do I eat at?
Yeah, what's some good food out here?
Man, you want to hit up Chinatown, bruh. You know what I mean? I love Asian food. You feel me? So,
Sure.
like, Chinatown has everything, and it actually looks like a little mini China, too, so y'all gonna love that. Soul Food Cafe, that's popping, too. That's also popular out here as well.
I heard about that
That's a
place.
big tourist attraction,
Yeah.
too, you know. I know what you get ready to say. In-N-Out Burger.
I wasn't going to say that. I had a whole different question, and now you over here just talking smack for no damn reason. However, we're in an out burger in Seattle. I don't know if anyone can hear me, but we need that.
It's probably going to be there. I don't doubt it. They got one in Oregon.
We should. I mean, it's like only a state away. Like, bring me my In-N-Out burger.
It's still the West Coast.
I still like,
Yeah.
you know, Dick's Burgers, but that In-N-Out, it's a vibe.
Y'all have it. Hey, I tried that Ezell's out there. It was smacking.
It's good, but I'm a Heaven Sent girl. There's like story behind
Really?
Ezell's and Heaven Sent, so we won't go in on that on this particular
I shot my
episode.
video in there too, that same day.
At Ezell's?
The respect
I
video.
mean, they're still a staple.
Yeah.
They're still a staple. I just like Heaven Sent. Their chicken strips, like, it's kind of like gush a little bit. It's like they're mad juicy. Like, it's the whole vibe. Like, I don't know what they inject in those chicken strips, but it's a moment.
Right.
It's a moment, and everyone needs to experience it at least once.
Straight up.
Okay, Mook, let us know anything else that people should know about you and what you have coming up.
Okay, I'm actually in the works of another EP. I'm going to drop before the summertime.
Okay.
So I got 2 projects dropping this year.
Okay.
And I got a lot of shows in the works too. You know, like I said, I don't want to say too much yet until it's completely solidified. You know the way I move. You know what I mean? I don't speak unless it's all the way 100. But that's basically my main focus this year. You know, it's kind of just showing my face more. You know, hitting these shows, hitting the road. You know, putting out more content than ever before. That's what I want to do.
Real quick, I know that you mentioned something about Empire recently. Like,
Correct.
Did you just get signed to Empire?
I've been signed to Empire.
Were you signed to Empire when I met you?
Correct.
But I feel like we didn't talk about that.
We did.
We did?
That was an hour-long segment.
That was a
I watched it
very
like
long
4
segment. I'm
times.
not gonna front.
Yeah.
That interview was super duper long. It was a good interview, but it was mad long.
Mad long. It was long.
We was living our lives. So
Yeah, we
okay,
sure
just
was.
to anyone that's wondering, because I know that there's like some interesting energy behind Empire with all of the different artists that have like
Right.
passed away, and people are like, oh, I don't want to sign to Empire because I don't know. It's almost as if people are saying it's like a hex.
Man,
What has been your experience with Empire?
my experience with Empire has been beautiful, you know, because like I don't got a label deal with them, I got a distribution deal with them. So basically, they signed my label, which I signed myself.
Got you.
You know, so that's how that came about.
All right, well, remind everybody where they can find you on social media and where they can check out your latest music.
Most definitely, man. Hey, man, check me out on IG at Mooky_NWMG, Twitter at the real YG Mook. You know, Facebook, I don't really be on there too much, but you know, YG Mook. Actually, it's Mooky NWMG, excuse me. Spotify, Mooky. Apple Music, Mooky. You know, I'm everywhere, man. You guys are going to see a lot more of me, too, here coming in the near future because I just don't stop. Consistency is key to every one of you guys listening, watching right now. Stay consistent, stay humble, and then, man, surround yourself around good energy and people that want to see you actually win, genuinely, man. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. That's how you're going to elevate in life, man, and stay consistent, man. Just never stop, you know? It's a tough journey, man, you know, but shit, man. Excuse my language, I mean to cuss.
You right.
But look, man, that training is going to hurt, but that training, man, sooner or later is going to pay off. So the rest of your life, you ain't even got to struggle no more. You ain't got to hustle no more. You know what I mean?
And that's what it's about.
Yeah. You know, work like a slave, man. Live the rest of your life like a king.
I know that's
Period.
right. That needs to be a tweet. Somebody put that on a shirt. I'll definitely wear it. In the meantime, between time, keep it with the homie Mooky. Make sure
Yeah.
you stay in touch with everything that he has going on. Of course, I'm Besa Gordon. I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. And until next time, have an amazing rest of your day.
Straight up.
All right, you guys, we're gonna go to one more commercial break and then I am going to end the show. So stay locked to Rewind with Besa.
We are literally on our way back from Vegas. We had an amazing trip. Got some good interviews coming up for you guys, so definitely stay locked for that.
Look like water on my island. Long way from running from the siren. I've been hella fly, I'm a pilot. I get what I want if I like it. Like it, yeah. If I like it. If I like it, yeah. If I like it.
What's up? Converge Media in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We're gonna have to come back to Vegas real soon because it's really lit.
All right, you guys, that was it for this week's episode of Rewind with Besa. I hope that you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did making it. Of course, I'll have another episode next week, and next week's episode for Besa Goes to Vegas will be featuring Mama Jones, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, between time, you already know, keep up with me on social media at Besa Gordon. Listen to me on Jammin' 107.5 this weekend and B95 this weekend. And of course, make sure you grab your tickets to the Candle Bar that I am hosting with Jazz and DJ Yachty, happening April 16th. And until next time, I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your week. Bye.